Harvey Weinstein, one of Hollywood's most powerful producers, has allegedly committed sexual assault on many women over his decades-long career. Welcome back to What's Trending. I'm Shira Lazar. Please like this video and subscribe for more celebrity news and scandals. If you didn't know the name Harvey Weinstein, you definitely know it now, and you also probably knew some of his work. Harvey, along with his brother Bob Weinstein, have produced some of the biggest blockbusters of all time, including Pulp Fiction, the Scream franchise, the Scary Movie franchise, Spy Kids, Good Will Hunting, and even Project Runway. His success makes him one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. As Ronan Farrow writes in The New Yorker, his movies have earned him more than 300 Oscar nominations, and at the annual award ceremonies, he's been thanked more than almost anyone else in the movie industry, just after Steven Spielberg and right before God. And now 2 investigative reports from The New Yorker and The New York Times detail years of Harvey Weinstein's predatory behavior. And by years, I mean over 30 years. On October 5th, The New York Times reported on a memo inside the Weinstein Company describing how a temporary worker invited to coffee at the Peninsula Hotel in Beverly Hills by Weinstein, where he badgered her into massaging his naked body in a hotel room. The article also details discreet payouts made by Weinstein over the years to keep the victims from talking. As part of the article, a few brave women came out to say similar things had happened to them when they had been alone with Weinstein. Actress Ashley Judd described Harvey Weinstein also inviting her to the Peninsula for what she thought was a late-night meeting, but Weinstein instead asked her to watch him shower. The article also details a previously undisclosed legal settlement between Rose McGowan and Weinstein. The New York Times adds, the $100,000 settlement was not to be construed as an admission by Mr. Weinstein, but intended to avoid litigation and buy peace, according to the legal documents. Okay. That's basically paying her to shut up. Why would you have to do that if you didn't do it all along? What are you scared of? So when that New York Times article dropped, I mean, it was huge. It sent waves throughout Hollywood and a ton of backlash, which caused a ton of people to come out and respond about these accusations. The board even fired Mr. Weinstein from his own company, but we'll get back to all that later. There was another article after that on October 10th that revealed even more. On October 10th, The New Yorker detailed numerous cases of Weinstein using work and potential roles as bait to isolate women either at his offices or in hotel suites. In the article, 3 women, including Italian actress Asia Argento, accused Weinstein of rape. I mean, this was all already messed up, but now this is when it gets serious. This is so heartbreaking to hear. The fact that this man was doing this for years, and a lot of people knew about this. Men, women, the industry, and we all didn't do anything. And in the midst of all these horrible actions that were happening behind the scenes, he continued to work with the A-list in Hollywood, producing some of Hollywood's biggest movies. Many stars have admitted they owe their careers to Harvey Weinstein. And perhaps the reason why nobody spoke out is because he was punitive. He said that he would go after you and ruin your career. Ronan Farrow writes in The New Yorker, virtually all of the people I spoke with told me that they were frightened of retaliation. If Harvey were to discover my identity, I'm worried that he could ruin my life, one former employee said. Many said that they had seen Weinstein's associates confront and intimidate those who crossed him and feared that they would be similarly targeted. Both actresses Rosanna Arquette and Mira Sorvino claim they lost work after speaking up against Weinstein's behavior. All of these revelations have sent shockwaves through the world of entertainment, and a ton of people are coming out to speak up about it. Gwyneth Paltrow came forward to say Weinstein also summoned her to the Peninsula Hotel. She refused his advances and confided in her boyfriend at the time, Brad Pitt, who confronted Weinstein. Rosanna Arquette and Angelina Jolie both confirmed that they had also experienced unwanted sexual advances from Harvey. And now actress and model Cara Delevingne posted on her Instagram that Harvey tried to have a 3-way with her and kiss her. George Clooney told the press, "We've had dinners, we've been on location together, we've had arguments, but I can tell you that I've never seen any of this behavior ever." He added maybe that's what good will come out of this, that not just in Hollywood, but in all of these cases, the victims will feel that they will be listened to and that they don't need to be afraid. Jennifer Lawrence, who worked on the Weinstein-produced Silver Linings Playbook, says she never saw any such behavior while working with him. Actress Lindsay Lohan also tried to come to his defense in now deleted comments in 2 Instagram story videos.
I feel very bad for Harvey Weinstein right now. I don't think it's right what's going on. I think Georgina needs to take a stand and be there for her husband. And he's never harmed me or done anything wrong to me. We've done several movies together. And so I think everyone needs to stop. I think it's wrong.
And then fashion icon Donna Karan originally came to his defense. And that was interesting to see the reactions to that. Karen originally blamed the women accusing Weinstein, suggesting the victims were asking for it. She also called Weinstein wonderful. She has since retracted those remarks. However, many stars are being accused of hypocrisy when it comes to their statements on Harvey Weinstein. Ben Affleck released a statement saying in part, "I'm saddened and angry that a man who I worked with used his position of power to intimidate, sexually harass, and manipulate many women over decades. We need to do better at protecting our sisters, friends, co-workers, and daughters." Rose McGowan then punched a huge hole in Affleck's statement, saying this, "God damn it, I told him to stop doing that." She adds, "You said that to my face, the press conference I was made to go to after assault. You lie, Ben Affleck, f*** off." And now Ben is also being called out for a TV moment in 2003 where he grabbed the breasts of MTV VJ Hillary Burton during an appearance on Total Request Live.
And he comes over and tweaks my left boob.
He has since issued an apology. Two big stars have also been accused for covering for Weinstein in 2004. It's been alleged that Matt Damon and Russell Crowe were both asked to call a reporter at the New York Times and talk about their positive experiences with Italian producer Fabrizio Lombardo. Damon denies knowing anything else about the call or the story the reporter was working on. Asia Argento tweeted in reference to this story, "Fabrizio Lombardo brought me to Weinstein's room when I was 21 in '97. He told me it was a Miramax party. Only Harvey was there." Even Hillary Clinton has been dragged into the scandal. Weinstein is a longtime supporter of the Democrats and Hillary Clinton. Weinstein was also one of Hillary's biggest fundraisers, donating to her election campaigns, the Clinton Foundation, and other charitable causes. Clinton released a statement saying, "I was shocked and appalled by the revelations about Harvey Weinstein. The behavior described by women coming forward cannot be tolerated. Their courage and the support of others is critical in helping to stop this kind of behavior." If you or someone else is the victim of sexual assault, know that you are not alone. Visit RAINN.org or call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at the number on the screen. So why does this all matter? What are the implications of something like this happening? Well, there are many. Firstly, if anyone is at fault, it's Harvey Weinstein. Reactions like Donna Karen's that women are just asking for it, it's unacceptable. Women should not automatically be shamed for assaults, because that's a tactic many people use in these cases. I mean, look at Harvey. One of his tactics was to shame women into submission. After the Italian beauty Ambra Gutierrez helped record Weinstein's pleading and his threat to ruin her career if she refused him, stories shaming her sexual history started to show up in New York gossip magazines. Just because you are an attractive person does not mean you are deserving of sexual assault or to be touched. Just because you're wearing certain clothes does not mean you are deserving of sexual assault. Just because you're an adult who might otherwise have a lot of consensual sex does not mean you are deserving of sexual assault. No means no, and that is it. It's simple. No ifs, ands, or buts around it. But this is just not about Harvey. It's about all of us who allow these things to happen every single day, whether in Hollywood or otherwise. Weinstein would lie about the nature of his meetings, and even used his staff to make those arrangements seem more safe for his victims. They showed up to work and he took advantage, and his staff helped cover it all up. And once this whole thing goes away, it's not just about Harvey Weinstein. This is part of a bigger issue. Even Terry Crews has spoken out about his own experience with sexual assault at the hands of a very powerful Hollywood producer. He took to Twitter to talk about his experience being groped by an exec at a high-level Hollywood function. In Crews' story, he says he felt angry, scared, and helpless. He writes, "I let it go, and I understand why many women this happens to let it go." He continues, "Who's going to believe you? Few. What are the repercussions? Many. Do you want to work again? Yes. Are you prepared to be ostracized? No." So if this sort of thing can happen to a big, strong guy like Terry Crews, think about what that means. That means that some men think they're so amazing and powerful and invincible that they can even grab Terry Crews by the genitals and nothing's gonna happen. And I'm happy also that someone like Terry has spoken out, because we need to hear from more of the men who have possibly experienced this, and from men as allies in this situation. So what do you think about the whole Harvey Weinstein scandal? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear from you. But the big question here is what happens next with Harvey Weinstein and Hollywood? And what does this mean for women overall and power dynamics in the workplace? Well, firstly, Harvey was promptly fired by the board of directors of the Weinstein Company, and the Weinstein Company is seeking out options for rebranding the company. Also, Georgina Chapman, his wife, has filed for divorce, but so far he has not been charged for any crime. And in the end, will Hollywood actually learn from this? This isn't the first time that this has happened. Weinstein's scandal sadly matches a lot of others we've recently seen in the headlines. Roger Ailes, Bill O'Reilly, and Eric Bolling at Fox News, Ain't It Cool News founder Harry Knowles, and comedian Bill Cosby have all faced high-profile scandals recently around sexual assault and rape. These high-profile men being outed for harassment and abuse shows that society is changing faster than Hollywood. As Rose McGowan said in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hollywood's power is dying because society has changed and grown, and yet Hollywood male behavior has not. I see this as a tipping point. Jenny Connor, executive producer of the HBO series Girls, tells the New York Times, "This is the moment we look back on and say, that's when it all started to change." Listen, there's no simple answer to this, but hopefully this is the beginning of a bigger ripple effect, not just in Hollywood, but in society overall. We have to stop being passive. We need to take more action when it comes to these types of situations and stand up for what's right. Be there for the victims and not create shame. So what do you think is going to happen to Harvey? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to stay up to date with everything that is trending.